Whoa.
Two Rhode Island men arrested in the fiery chaos of this street takeover in Boston faced a judge today.
America, we've got a story that perfectly illustrates the complete breakdown of law and order in Democrat-run sanctuary cities. Early on Sunday morning in Boston, over 100 criminals surrounded a police cruiser, attacked it with 20-foot poles, and then set it on fire with fireworks while the officers barely escaped with their lives. But here's the kicker. This happened in the same city where Mayor Michelle Wu told the Trump administration to go pound sand when they demanded cooperation on immigration enforcement.
Police say this is the moment fireworks thrown in a Boston police cruiser explodes and turns the vehicle into an inferno. Just after 2 a.m., Boston police say one of their cruisers pulls into the intersection of Mass Ave and Tremont Streets to stop a car meetup.
What is up, guys? Tyson here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This is what happens when you have mayors more concerned with resisting Trump than protecting their own police officers. While Wu is holding press conferences attacking the federal government, her streets are literally on fire. Let me break down exactly what happened in Boston's South End early on Sunday morning. This wasn't just some random incident. This was a coordinated attack on law enforcement that shows you exactly what these sanctuary city policies lead to.
Chaos erupts and people scatter in the streets of Boston as a police cruiser was destroyed by fireworks in what police described as a large-scale vehicle takeover early Sunday morning.
Definitely unsettling to wake up in the middle of the night and see a cop car on fire outside your window.
Over 100 people gathered at the intersection of Mass Ave for what they called a vehicle takeover, basically illegal street racing where they block off intersections and do dangerous stunts. When a single Boston police cruiser responded to break this up, the mob immediately turned violent.
All of a sudden, the car stopped. People started attacking it. Somebody had a big pole, probably 20-foot long pole, was smacking the cop car.
This guy's slamming a giant pole against him. Oh, the cops are coming out. Oh, they're getting him.
Think about this for a second. We're talking about a 20-foot pole being used to smash police car windows. This wasn't some spontaneous outburst of anger. Someone brought a 20-foot pole to this quote-unquote car meeting. This was clearly premeditated violence against law enforcement.
For 18-year-old Julian Bowers and 19-year-old William Cantwell. The two were arrested over the weekend in Boston for allegedly taking part in what police described as a large-scale vehicle takeover involving illegal street racing.
And then they escalated to using fireworks as weapons, not just throwing them near the car, throwing them directly at the police cruiser with officers inside. The vehicle burst into flames and was completely destroyed. The officers barely escaped with their lives.
More than 100 people allegedly involved in a huge street takeover in Boston overnight, targeting police cruisers. Two arrested, and they're both from Rhode Island.
Boston police say one of their cruisers was hit with fireworks and it burst into flames.
Now, here's what really gets me fired up about this. Out of over 100 people involved in this attack, they only arrested two people. Two freaking people. And both of them are from Rhode Island. So we have out-of-state criminals coming into Boston to attack police officers, and the vast majority of them just walked away. Now, some of you might be wondering what this has to do with Boston's sanctuary city policies. Let me connect the dots for you, because this is exactly the kind of lawlessness that these policies create. Just a few weeks before the attack, Mayor Michelle Wu held a defiant press conference where she told the Trump administration that Boston would not cooperate with federal immigration enforcement. She claimed that Boston is the safest city in the country because of their sanctuary city policies. But here's the harsh reality that Wu doesn't want you to see. When you create an environment where certain laws don't apply to certain people, you create a culture of lawlessness that spreads to everyone. When you tell federal authorities that you won't cooperate with immigration law, you're sending a message that laws are optional in your city.
As officers approached the scene, they were met by a group, a pretty large group, over 100 people, and some of the individuals in the group started to throw cones, poles, and other objects at the officers in the vehicle.
This is what happens when you have leadership that picks and chooses which laws to enforce. You get mobs of over 100 people who think that they can attack police officers with impunity. You get criminals from other states coming to your city because they know there won't be any consequences. The Boston Police Commissioner, Michael Cox, said they're going to hold people accountable and find every individual involved. But let's be honest here, if they only arrested 2 people out of 100 at the scene. How seriously are they really taking this?
We're going to let people know we will hold you accountable. We will get every video and every piece of evidence we can to find every individual that was involved.
The outside individuals who came into our city to cause disorder and brought dangerous illegal behavior here will be prosecuted.
Notice how they keep emphasizing that these were outside individuals, people from Rhode Island who came to Boston to cause problems. But here's my question. If Boston is such a safe city with such great policies, why are criminals from other states choosing to come there and commit crimes? This is not an isolated incident. We're talking about coordinated pattern of anti-police violence across the Boston area.
Bowers was allegedly seen throwing objects at the cruiser, and Cantwell was accused of smashing the police cruiser with a pole. Both men faced numerous charges, including assault and battery on a police officer and resisting arrest.
The police are calling this a quote-unquote nationwide thing, and they're right. But it's not happening everywhere. It's happening in cities with weak leadership that have created cultures of lawlessness through their sanctuary policies and anti-police rhetoric.
Right now, it's unclear if this is the same group of vandals.
It's under investigations, but these things, they go from town. It's not a Boston thing. It's a nationwide thing.
You know what cities don't have mobs of 100 people attacking police cruisers with fireworks? Cities with strong leadership that support law enforcement and enforce all laws equally. The cities where mayors work with federal authorities instead of defying them for political points. Look what happened in Washington, D.C. under federal intervention. Over 400 arrests, 59 guns taken off the streets, and people finally feeling safe enough to go out to dinner again. That's what happens when you have leadership that prioritizes public safety over political theater. Now let's talk about the stunning hypocrisy of Mayor Michelle Wu. She claims Boston is the safest major city in the country, while police officers are literally being set on fire in her streets. She says sanctuary policies make the city safer, while criminals from other states are coming to Boston specifically to attack law enforcement. Wu had the audacity to blame the Trump administration for everything from grocery prices to housing costs to cancer research, but she can't explain why her own police officers are being attacked with a 20-foot pole, fireworks, and mobs of over 100 people. Look at this destruction. Inside, the police cruiser is completely gutted. The front windshield is cracked. The rear window is shattered. This is what Wu's safe city looks like. The Boston Police Union issued a statement saying the 2 Rhode Island teens picked the wrong city to disrespect and should expect to be punished with the fullest extent of the law. But did they really pick the wrong city, or did they pick exactly the right city? A sanctuary city where they knew the consequences would be very minimal.
2 Rhode Island teens fist pump one another during their arraignment after a judge sets a low bail.
Think about it. Over 100 people involved in this attack, and only 2 were arrested. And those 2 are 18 and 19 years old. Where are the adults who organized this? Where are the people who brought the 20-foot poles and fireworks? They all just disappeared into the night. This is exactly why Attorney General Pam Bondi sent letters to over 30 sanctuary cities demanding cooperation with federal immigration enforcement. She gave them a simple choice: cooperate with federal law or face the consequences. Wu's response was pure defiance. She told the Trump administration to stop attacking our city to hide your administration's failures. But whose failures are we really talking about here? The Trump administration's or the mayors who can't keep their own police officers safe from mobs with fireworks? The Trump administration has been winning lawsuit after lawsuit in federal court. They've proven their approach works with dramatic results in Washington, D.C. They're offering these cities federal support to restore law and order. But Mayor Wu would rather see her police officers attacked with poles and fireworks than admit Trump's policies work. She'd rather lose federal funding than cooperate with immigration enforcement. She'd rather have criminals from other states come to Boston to commit crimes than work with federal authorities. The police union is trying to project strength, but the reality is that their officers are under attack and their mayor is more concerned with resisting Trump than protecting them. How many more police cruisers need to be set on fire before Wu admits her policies have failed? The Boston incident is a perfect microcosm of everything wrong with sanctuary city policies. You have a mayor who defies federal law while claiming moral superiority. You have criminals who know there won't be serious consequences for their actions. You have police officers who are literally under attack while their leadership plays politics. You have residents who are afraid to walk on their own streets. You have college students who filmed this attack and said it was unsettling to wake up in the middle of the night and see a cop car set on fire outside your window. That's not the safest major city in the country. That is a city in decline. The fact that this was a large-scale vehicle takeover tells you everything you need to know about the breakdown of law and order in Boston. These aren't spontaneous gatherings. They're organized criminal activity where hundreds of people coordinate to take over public streets and attack law enforcement. America, this is what sanctuary policies actually look like in practice. Not the sanitized version that Mayor Wu presents in her press conferences, but the reality of police cruisers on fire and officers barely escaping with their lives. Wu can claim Boston is the safest major city in the country all she wants, but the video evidence tells a different story. When over 100 people can attack police officers with poles and fireworks and only 2 get arrested, that is not safety. That is lawlessness. The Trump administration is offering these cities a choice: cooperate with federal law enforcement and keep your funding, or continue down this path of defiance and face the consequences. Wu obviously chose defiance, and her police officers are paying the price.
Someone threw a firework at the police car, and then it obviously went up in flames.
Let me know what you think about this. Drop it down in the comments section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.